Fact or fiction? Clemson deserved to drop out of the AP Top 25 this past week after defeating Charleston Southern 66-17. What do you guys say?
I'm gonna say fiction, but at the same time, I think they deserve to drop after the Duke loss. I think this was a weird time to drop them. I would have dropped them after the Duke loss and maybe re-entered after the Charleston Southern win. But as far as did they deserve it last week specifically, fiction, 100%.
Yeah, I pretty much have the same answer, but I'm saying fact because we deserved it the week before. For some reason, it was just delayed. So I don't know that Clemson talent wise is probably a top 25 team in the country, but we haven't shown it on the field right now. So I'm fine with being outside.
Yeah, I'm going to go fiction on here as well. If you were going to drop them out, it should have been out of that after that Duke game. No one, there would be zero arguments from anyone uh, if Clemson dropped out after week one. So fiction here. All right, fact or fiction? Clemson has a turnover-free game versus Florida Atlantic this weekend.
I'm gonna say fiction. I think I I want to say fact, right, for everybody's sake, but FA, man, Herman's a good coach. I know his career hasn't gone exactly how most expected it to go. Um, he's gonna have his guys prepared, man. He always has his guys prepared for the big one. And Klubnik's gonna make a mistake or two because that's who he is at this stage in his career. So I'm gonna say another pick for Klubnik, but I do think he has a big day and Clemson rolls.
Yeah, I'm also saying fiction. If we finally are able to clean up the turnovers, I know Drew was looking for a shutout last week, but I think taking away the turnovers is what's going to get us that shutout. So it's fiction this week, but maybe
All right.
soon.
I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say fact. We're going to have a turnover-free game. We're going to win the margin this week. That might be wishful thinking or just me trying to be a little different here, but I'm going to say fact, turnover-free game. All right, this next one I will say facts, and this one's got a little bit of personal perspective behind it after attending the game, which I'd imagine if you were in the press box this past week, you probably dealt with some of this. But Clemson Athletics priorities are a little messed up at the moment. Example being spending millions of dollars on unnecessary renovations for fan experience. At least me personally, I think the fan experience has actually gone downhill a little bit. And at the Gate 16 entrance over there, I don't know if you experienced it, Faxon, but it was an absolute nightmare with the cemetery being closed. You have golf cart parking. You have student entrance. It took us 20 minutes just to get, I don't know, was that 100
To the
yards,
gate.
Matthew?
Yeah, to the
Yeah,
gate.
to the gate. It was an absolute nightmare. So I
I
guess
don't know
fact or
if
fiction, we're focusing on the wrong things at Clemson.
I don't know if we're focusing on the wrong things. I'm a student, so my perspective is also a little bit different as a result of that. Um, the biggest issue I have was taking away parking because I have to park way too far away from my classes. So that would be where I'm inclined to side with you. But I just don't think it really makes that big of an impact for me personally. I know everybody's situation is different with how they view the game and where they're sitting. I didn't sit in the press boxes last week. I sat with my mom and my sister, and I didn't really have any issues getting in. And we did our normal tailgate, and I saw my dad at the Tiger tailgate show and stuff. So the experience wasn't that different for me, but the only reason I was a little annoyed at Tiger Walk was because Clemson has a parking problem for their students, and I
Right,
feel
right.
comfortable voicing that on any forum, and I think people even up top would tell you that there's not enough parking. I'm having to park way too long. Why am I parking at McWhorter to go to class at Core? That's just not realistic. That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't been driving to campus recently, but it's ridiculous that they take away commuter spots, the spots that fill up the fastest for 6 days out of the year to have a better looking Tiger Walk. Uh, but I'm also saying fiction here. Um, I think the fan experience is getting improved. It's just not getting improved for you, Drew, because you don't pay enough money to IPTE. Uh,
Yeah, I think it might just be us in the upper deck. We still got the troughs. I don't know about the lower deck anymore, but
yeah, it's trickle down
yeah.
economics. We're gonna get there eventually.